Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2023 Rogue Invitational. This is the Tailgate Show. It is day 4 of CrossFit competition. We're about to kick off event number 7, Hulk Hands. And I'm joined at the desk one more time by Brian Friend, expert analyst, Annie Sakamoto, multiple-year CrossFit Games athlete and legend in the sport. I mean, let's be honest. And Josh Bridges, not only individual athlete, champion of the people, but programmer extraordinaire behind a whole bunch of these events. So thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to have a great day here. Now, the weather has been a bit of an issue, and it's still a little blustery and cloudy, and we're going to just keep our fingers crossed that everything goes off to the best of our ability.
Look at that race at the top, 5 points.
Oh, yeah.
A wise man once told me, smoke them if you got them. Let's go, baby.
You know, I thought, I got to admit when I'm wrong. I've already been wrong today. I said that Roman Krennikov has never beaten Jeffrey Adler in an in-person competition. That's not correct. And the other thing I was not correct as, I thought that Tia was going to lose the lead last night. I thought that Laura would just make enough money on the deadlift to maybe inch ahead of her by 5 points or so. But nope, Tia fought and clawed and somehow kept that lead going into the final day.
Did you notice that I think she only pulled that last weight that she pulled because it gave her 4th instead of a tie for 5th? And I think that's like really the only reason, because then it only put her like, then she knew that there was only possible of losing 2 spots, right? And it just goes to show you why T is the champ.
Say with
right.
smart
why she's the champ.
Yeah,
And
sure
that you're doing that kind of math out there. You know what you have to do. And the toll that it could have taken on Laura, although I'll argue her deadlifts look pretty good.
Yeah, they
but
did.
But the toll it can take, even just on your nervous system, I mean, that was very strategic on Tia's part, like you're saying.
I bet they slept well last night, about 18 heavy deadlifts at 90% or higher than 1 rep max.
And let's not forget, Tia never put on a belt last night. I was like, there had to be something to that in my head. I don't know.
Well, everyone's been speculating. I hope at some point we get to ask her
Yes.
what the thought process was. But I think that in terms of gamesmanship, she made a great decision because she gave away 5 points to Laura.
Yeah.
And Laura deadlifted 800 more pounds than her just for those 5 points.
Right.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were earned, and Gazan was just
It looked
That was a
killer,
clinic.
so
That was a
good.
clinic.
killer out there.
It looked so good from start to finish. So good.
I think she
Yep.
PR'd like 5 times or something like that. Just kept up. Yeah, feels good. Put some more on. Feels good.
Which is incredible when you think about how good every rep looked.
Yeah, her
And-
technique is phenomenal. But you were talking about the top of the leaderboard. Alex Zan is a perfect case study for the rest of the leaderboard. She started yesterday in 5th and ended it in 5th, but at one point she was in 11th.
Wow.
So the volatility in those middle spots, after 1 and 2, today with 300 more points available, so many points available to fight for, and I think we'll see once again probably some big changes.
Yep.
These athletes have put in some work, but let me tell you, this workout right here is absolutely disgusting, and I am here for it. Let's go. This was one where we changed this one up quite a bit. It kind of bounced around in the end of programming where it should have been, and we kind of landed on Sunday morning with this, and then 30 calories.
It's a kitchen sink.
Yeah, 30 calories on the Echo bike, come on. 20 ground overhead. Katie had the great idea to make it a FatBell instead of a dumbbell because
Which is dirty.
Which is so dirty because if you realize what it is, those FatBells, their hands are inside those bells. So basically, they are having to. If you've ever used a FatBell instead of a dumbbell for a ground overhead,
I never have actually.
and it's like you can't find the ground. The ground is just like you just keep reaching and you're reaching. You're like, where is the ground at? And so that makes this a little bit dirtier, especially coming off a deadlift last night.
Hulk hands.
And then let's make them lunge. We were going to have them lunge across the field, but because of the weather, they're going to lunge in place. Not ideal, but hey, sometimes we have to adapt and overcome.
Athlete safety, Joe. I know it's always on the top of your mind.
Always, always. The thing I think I sleep. I lose sleep about it.
Last thing when you go to bed, first thing when you get up in the morning.
And then they're gonna pull a bag up the hill. We talked about pushing a sled up the hill. It didn't fit. It didn't look right. It was a little awkward. So we made a backward sled pull up that hill.
Oof.
And I'm just excited because we haven't seen Matter Hill come into effect. So here we go.
Yep.
If you were going to hop on that bike, what's your cadence?
On this first part, I'm gonna probably hold around. I don't look at RPMs. I look more at wattage. So
Okay.
I'm more of like a. I would probably hold like around a 500 on that first 30, and then obviously on that back end, you just send it.
Send it,
You
right?
just send it.
That, I have to say, though, that looks pretty cool. Like the whole,
Right.
like your hands
Yep,
are gone.
Your hands are in it. Yep. But
Yeah.
you can see, like Josh was saying, like reaching the ground, you really got to drop your butt and get down there.
Yes.
And after 120 power snatches yesterday and all those deadlifts, that's brutal.
And
Yeah.
Elena Caratella did 1 rep there and set him down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like these are not, these weights are no joke. 70, 50, you know, it's like
For sets of 20.
for sets of 20. No
Thanks
big
a lot.
deal. In
Appreciate
BB.
it. I can't wait to see the returning set of 20.
Right. I think when we had it tested, I think Carolyn started with some snatch. She was trying to snatch it and quickly moved to more of a clean and jerk like we're seeing now.
Right.
But you
So-
can snatch it.
You can, yeah, just ground overhead.
Just get it
Yeah, you do it
overhead.
however you want to do it.
So almost like a devil's press, just
Yeah,
swing them up
exactly.
overhead.
Yep.
At least the lunges come after this first set, right? You got to do all the work, come all the way back, hit some lunges, legs are just blown out, you're hyperventilating, then you just got a set of 20 staring at you near
No
the
big
end.
deal.
And then the old
Right.
bike.
And then, hey,
And the
come on
bike.
back on.
Come on,
for
old
a-
friend.
For a quick ride.
Well, yeah, you know, as hard as this workout is from start to finish, if we get to the end of this and you're walking to that bike at the same time as someone else, that's the worst
Oh,
nightmare.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
It's like, oh, and then you're kind of going to play this game like, how are you going to do this? How are
Yeah.
we doing this? How
What's
we
the
pl-
agree- what's the
how we-
unspoken agreement that we have
right.
here?
Are we waiting until the last 5 calories or?
One of the cool things at Rogue is that they have a bunch of equipment out here in the booth that you can mess around with. They actually have 6 different weights of these hull cans. So I looked at the 70s,
Yeah.
looked at the 50s. I went to the lightest one.
The 20s, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I have a pair of 70s at my house, and I have a pair of 40s, which is, I don't remember why I did that. But when I went to test this workout for myself, just for fun, I grabbed my 60-pound dumbbells. I was
Well
like, you know,
I think we are.
I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at in my
70
life.
FatBells make a nice boat anchor for you.
right.
They're going to be in the corner with your 250-pound sandbag, right,
Yeah.
Pat?
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I got a bunch of that stuff to program some Masters games events several years ago, a long time ago, longer than I realize now. And yeah, Rogue has sent me some gear to test with, and I got like a 100-pound, a 150, a 200-pound sandbag, and a 250. And like me and a friend rolled the 250 off the pallet into the corner of the garage, and it hasn't moved since.
Oh, we got some people lunging.
Got some brown recluse spiders on it.
It's a good chair once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a great little bean bag.
And so nice that they just get another opportunity to not put the bells down.
Exactly.
Thanks so much.
Well, we talked about this yesterday, Pat, but there's Ariel Lowe in 3rd place at the games. There's Danielle Brandon, multiple-time top 10 at the games. They're in the first of 2 heats here at Rogue. That's just to the testament of the caliber of the athletes competing here. But every event, we've seen a
Nice.
competitive time come out of the first heat. So whoever ends up winning this, more likely than not, is going to be a top 5, 6 time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And whoever you're a fan of, like, okay, sure, right now it looks like the Tia and Laura show, right? 5 points ahead. There's a big lead between them in 3rd place, Emma Lawson. There's, 85 points between Horvath and Lawson. But 3 events here in the final day of competition. One is the known. There's 300 points. We've seen little mistakes cost you big places in the leaderboard. Whoever your favorite athlete is, don't stop cheering for them. We could still see some big shifts today, and especially even, Emma Lawson in 3rd place. She's still a threat to claw into the 2nd place on that podium if something happens to one of those other 2 women.
And if you don't know about walking backwards with weight, what it actually the muscle
Uphill.
group, the muscles that it's hitting is the quads.
Yep.
Let's talk about a lunge. Let's talk about a ground overhead.
And
let's
a
talk about
bike.
an echo bike.
Yeah.
We did this on purpose. This is, hey, let's make sure your quads are. We know we hit the posterior
Right.
chain amazingly.
Glutes
Last-
and hammies
yeah,
were good
yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday.
they're great. But let's go ahead and make sure those quads get some work too. We don't want to leave those guys out.
You don't want to neglect any muscle groups,
No,
right?
we don't want to make sure,
And it looks like, I think there's an
Nice.
18-minute cap on this. And there's Danielle Brandon at
Yeah,
the
she's moving
halfway
well.
mark.
Yep.
She's moving great. This is great. My call for this event from the get-go before, we were even here was Emma Carey. I have a feeling, I have like this
God
sneaky,
damn it, Josh.
I have this sneaky feeling
Really?
Emma Carey is going to take this event. I don't know why, but she's gritty, and I love it. And so I think this workout is going to play nicely for her.
Before we got on here, I was saving that one up. I was confident you wouldn't pick her, and I was going to come over the top of
You
you.
don't think I know, Brian. You don't think I know.
Well, I like it too.
I am a fan of the sport, baby.
As a younger athlete, she potentially recovered a little quicker too on that turnaround from last night.
For sure. Being 20 helps.
It helps everything.
A great
She'll be
t-shirt
20
right
in
there.
a couple years, actually.
Oh, she's only 18? Oh, my God. Yes.
But out in front here, we see some grinders.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Daniel Brandon,
Emily
Emily Rolfe.
Rolfe.
Yeah.
And that's really what Emma Carey's great at. We saw her in the 10-rounder yesterday morning, which is, I mean, obviously there's a ton of gymnastics, but you also have to be willing to hurt. The time domain is going to be maybe a little bit shorter here than yesterday, but in that 12-minute, 13-minute range, and Emma will certainly never back down from that kind of
And
challenge.
in case you can't tell from the screen, the rain is coming down.
I just noticed it. Yeah, I was just about to say something. Let's go.
Well, and I know that, you know, yesterday they made the call for the ropes because of the possibility of rain, and they didn't
Right.
want to have different elements affecting different things. Here it was the same thing. We didn't know for sure,
Yeah.
but lunging while it's raining would be a very different thing than lunging while it's not,
It's
or
just
even if it's
natural
wet.
hydration,
And
really.
it was the right.
And I'm sure that's exactly what they're thinking.
And it's
Yeah.
like it's a coolant too,
Yes,
right? It's like an engine coolant.
Optimal performance
Yes,
happens in a nice rain.
exactly.
That is actually one of the saving graces for the athletes today. It's going to be a cool day.
Yeah.
The temperatures are in the low 70s and actually projected to drop
I'm
throughout
sure they're
the day.
so
Yeah.
thankful.
And this is when you're going to
I'm
see.
sure they're back there just being
This
so they're
is-
so thankful
This is when
right
you're
now.
going to see those gritty athletes that they just don't care. They're like, I don't care, bring it.
Yeah.
Cold rain, I don't care. It's gonna
Yep.
it's gonna mess
It is
somebody up.
coming
It's gonna
down.
mess
Yep.
me up. It's warm. It's just dry in here.
But I haven't seen
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single one of the women look around like, are we serious right now? They're just continuing to work.
Right. I love it.
Unfazed
Yeah.
by it.
I mean, I think this kind of stuff's cool too,
Yeah.
right? Like this is like when you're playing other sports, like football, baseball, like the rain just like this stuff just happens, and you just got to deal with it. And I
Yep.
know it's a little bit different in our scenario because we're typically dealing with like equipment, but this is awesome. I love it.
So it produces some of the best memories and best stories for
For
later
sure.
on.
Yeah. Produced some of the best smells coming off that field yesterday, didn't it? Whew.
Let's
Shou-
go.
Shower felt good last night after
This
rolling
back-
around in the dirt.
And then you can hop on the old Echo bike. The fan will give you a nice shower. It's going to be
This
fantastic.
is a good race between.
Yeah.
Brandon and
Yeah.
Emily Rolfe.
Yeah, this
And
is a.
just two
And
disgusting
they don't even
movements
know
to
because
end
they're not
on.
even by each other. Oh, she's taking glances. Okay, she's side-eyeing down there.
Get that chalk nice and wet. Kind of turns into a good paste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that grip on these is a little bit fatter than a dumbbell too.
Oh, really?
Like I feel like it's a little bit thicker. I don't know if the exact dimensions, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm talking out.
I've never known you to be wrong.
I agree. That's why I'm just saying it with conviction.
I think someone started lunging there.
Did they just start?
So everyone's back here on the implements now.
Yeah.
But it's going to be
Five more
it's
reps.
This just
Okay.
looks like that thing that we were
All right.
projecting could possibly happen, might happen, where a couple athletes walk to that bike
Like
at the same time.
time.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be Brandon and Rolfe here.
Yeah. Man, they are moving well. This time frame, like where they're at in their time frame is so impressive.
Yeah.
And then you just got to send it on that bike.
That's right.
And you know Danielle Brandon will.
It's
Yeah.
Just, it's just a measly 30.
Here we go.
Just a measly
It's
30.
such a terrible number.
I know.
I guess any
It's
number
not-
on is terrible,
Right.
but
That's
that's
true.
a terrible one.
Okay, back. Ooh, here we go.
Is it same reps for the guys on the bike?
Same, yeah.
She's got maybe less than 10-second gap here.
Yeah, that can be easily made up quick on an echo bike.
The legs feel light and powerful.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a gradual increase here.
Yeah.
And this is going to be, I mean, throughout the day, we're going to see different approaches on the bike. But eventually, when the men get to this thing,
Yeah.
we know it can be done in 30 seconds, even at
Exactly.
the end of a workout.
Right.
Right.
A good old Tim Paulson send it on the Echo
Someone will
bike.
do it. We got some of the biggest, best in the games.
Exactly.
Roman, Jason, those guys will rip into
Someone's
this thing.
going to rip on this thing.
I don't make any money on the bike. That's not.
I make all my money on the bike.
Oh, look at that. It's tied up. Danielle has got to push it.
I think it was.
Emily Rolfe is right there. Someone's got to look over and just
Yeah.
go. Where are they going to do it? Let's go.
If
I think it
anything,
was,
you can get the peripheral of the other person's judge's hand in the air when they hit those 5 cows.
Total reps for the workouts,
1 rep.
112.
1-1. I mean, this is tight. And they're not even looking at each other. They don't even know.
Who wants it more, Josh? You know
Who
what I mean? That's what
wants
comes
it?
to.
Yeah, exactly. At this stage in the game,
It's like, okay, I got 10 calories left, but it feels like 100.
I mean, to show you how bad this workout is, right? They know that they just could just like get it right here and go, and they're not.
Right, that's
That
how
just,
much the agony.
how much pain they're in already. There she goes.
Oh,
She's
look at
starting
the
to.
range.
She's up. Yeah. Rolf is up. She's put it up. There
Yeah.
it is. Nice work.
Impressive.
Good
Very
for Rolf.
impressive. Yeah.
Pretty
She got on
similar.
that bike a good 10 seconds after Brandon.
Yeah, and pretty similar split from the first 30 to last 30 there. Maybe in that minute 35, minute 40 range. But I don't think everyone will be able to do that.
Oh, you could tell how her legs feel on that run
Oh,
across the
yeah.
finish line.
Nice little waddle.
Yeah.
You think those would be some good times to even hold up in the next heat?
I do. I think Emily's time is going to be do well. I think that's in my head, I think we were at like 14 minutes or 15 minutes because it's
wow.
what's the time cap on that?
18?
18.
Yeah. So we
What
were
was she,
thinking
around 12 and a half?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a really good time.
Yesterday he projected 12 minutes and the best was 16, so we can't really count it.
Oh yeah, don't listen to me
Josh,
anyway.
I think-
Like I said, I'm just trying to speak with conviction so people think I know what I'm talking about.
I will say that I think that can be about maybe 5th, 6th. I do think we'll see.
You think you'll see better times on the
Yeah,
front side?
yeah, I think so. Especially if those athletes that kind of make sense for this, strong and gritty kind of athletes. But when you think about a couple of the women in the final heat, Gabby McGowan, Laura Horvath, I think we can see a few women beat that.
I think you're forgetting one name there. Just
Tia Toomey.
the champ.
And it is not a light miss.
That is
Full benefit.
That is a range.
Full benefit.
Wow.
There you go.
Who is that still on the field? Is that that's
It's Kyra,
yeah, Kyra.
which was another one who was incredible to watch deadlift last night. She
Yeah.
looked
So impressive.
strong from beginning to end. And, in a ladder like that, basically, it happens to everyone at some point where you look great, then you can't do it.
Yep.
But she
Yeah.
stayed in the fight with one of the last 5 women out there, I think.
Yep.
It's great to see her do that.
We were
Super.
talking to Paige Semenza on her way out last night, and she was so happy that she got as far as she did. She said, because of her disc injury that she had, that she didn't even know if she was going to do the first bar
Oh,
when they
wow.
announced the 1 rep.
Josh, when you see the rain coming down like that, and you know that maybe it's just making the athletes a little bit more uncomfortable, what's your range of emotions?
It just brings warmth to my heart.
It does, doesn't it?
It brings a lot of warmth right
Warms
here.
my heart as well.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually programmed this rain into
Yeah.
this event. That was part of it.
I had a few words,
That's a pretty cool shot.
That
there.
is
Yeah,
right
that's
there,
awesome.
yeah.
And I think, like you guys were saying,
This will be
retrospectively, this
Yeah.
will be one of their favorite
this
memories.
will be exactly. I was just gonna say this is gonna be a memory they're not gonna forget
Yep.
ever. Like they're gonna be telling this story for a while.
Yeah. Like I wonder.
Look at the stands.
Yeah,
Look
when,
at the stands.
when these athletes have ever worked out in elements like this severe.
Right.
Good old Texas downpour.
I mean, it was beautiful before we got here.
I played disc golf in this weather on Thursday.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
How'd you? I can't believe you're here.
I almost didn't make it. We did take us a little spill down the mud hill. But I think back to playing soccer when I was young, and I
Yeah.
have vivid memories of playing games in conditions like
Oh,
this,
for
and then
sure.
sliding through the puddles at the end of the
Totally.
game with my buddies, and our parents were all just shaking their heads. But we
have,
talked about it for months.
But this is also why, because sometimes if an event is changed, you can be a spectator, homer fan, oh, that's a bummer and all that. Well, this is why. Because
Yeah.
things do happen.
Yep.
You don't want to see an athlete slip. Like you have to make the best decisions possible with the information you have at the time. That information could change, but you just do what you can with what you got. And it
Yep.
seems like a pretty wise decision was
Yeah.
made.
And also, Josh, I think this is one of those events. Please tell me if I'm wrong. That
I will.
You kind of want to see everyone finish this one or get pretty close.
100%. We don't want people to be out there and like have the time cap where only 1 or 2 people finish. This is a work where we want to see everyone get the capacity, like get the work done, right? Get full benefit,
Yeah,
is
the
like some
full
of us like
pain.
to say, right? We want to make sure everyone gets full benefit of this workout, right? Like we don't want anyone to go home and be like, I felt shortchanged.
Right. This is one of those in the
I didn't
affiliate
get
that
all my calories.
everyone goes,
Exactly.
well, what's the time cap? We're like, no, we got all class. Like,
Don't
you're going to
worry.
get it done.
Yeah.
We can
The
flex. We
time
can flex
cap is
if
when
need
you
be.
finish. That's my favorite question online is
The time cap
what's
is hurry up.
what's the time cap on this workout? It's like when you finish. That's the time cap.
Yeah, we'll let you know when you're done.
Yeah. So this is good. Yeah, I think we hit the number right because everyone in the first heat, came. It wasn't even close, so it's good.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna get full Benny.
No, that was, I think, first heat out the gate here, I loved what I saw. Really cool event. You could take some chances in some different places, but you got to hurt if you want to do well.
And when we get a second here, we're going to have Emily Rolfe join us, and she's the Heat 1
Oh,
winner, so
great.
feel free to
I can't wait to-
pep her with a question or two about the
Yeah.
workout, the elements, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah. I mean, look, it looks nice right there.
Crushed it.
It
Yeah,
doesn't even look
beautiful.
bad, and then all of a sudden, 30 seconds later.
The heavens opened up.
Yes. Everything came to fruition.
Man, those bells would be my worst nightmare.
They are. Their weight
They look
too.
brutal.
The women's weight.
Oh,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's nasty, man.
I like them. Give me the 26-pounders.
Exactly.
All day long with those 26s.
Well, it's just cool because obviously, the barbell's so beneficial. There's so much you can do with it, but anytime you take the barbell out and you replace that movement with some other implement,
Yeah.
it's immediately cool and interesting.
And it's something that I'm going to say 95% of these athletes have never touched.
Right.
Probably so, yep.
Exactly. That's why Rogue, why this event is so cool, right? Is everything is transferable to stuff that we've done or these athletes have done, but it's a little bit different, and so
Right.
it's fun to see which athletes adapt the best
Yeah.
to the different implements.
All right, we've got Emily Rolfe standing by. Let's see if we can't bring her into the show here. Emily, can you hear me? This is somebody not as fit as you.
Hello, hello.
Let's see if we can get her here. Rain really letting up out there.
I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come until later.
Well, we talk about the athletes. Look at all the judges standing up
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Stand
Impressive.
out
Okay.
there with some discipline.
Exactly. At attention.
Yep.
Super experienced
Wow.
judging
Well, not
team here
attention,
from
but
all over
at
the world.
ease.
Right. It's not the sort of thing we didn't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Well, if we do get Emily, we'll bring her in here, but if not...
I can hear you.
Oh, you can't? Oh,
Yeah.
hi, all right.
I'm just listening to you guys talk about the weather, and I'm like,
Recovering.
Complaining about the weather here
Yeah,
in this
we-
nice comfy tent.
Yeah, exactly. We watched it, but you actually did it. How was that event?
it hurt. It was just a grind that hurt. Classic CrossFit.
I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah.
Well done. Your pacing was great.
Thank
Like,
you.
Obviously you had Danielle right in front of you, but you just stayed at your pace, so it was great to watch. What was the worst part for you?
I mean, ending on a machine is always hard because there's no excuse to just go silly at the end.
Did you guys have a little, we were actually talking about it before, we're like, are they going to both walk up together and be like, hey, we're going to take it easy on these first 20 cals and then push at the end kind of thing?
No way.
How was it using those FatBells? Have you ever played with those before?
No, I've never used them before. It was similar to the kettlebell. You just got to go deeper to the ground. Just think of it more like a dumbbell.
We were watching from here. It did not look like the rain phased any of the athletes. They just kept grinding. Was it, what was it, like a relief? Was it cool you off? Or any experience out there with the rain?
I mean, it started raining on our way back, and I was like, oh, great. But by then, you're already hurting, and it's like, just add to it. It's fine.
How's your body holding up, now beginning of day 4?
Yeah, I mean, it's typical day 4 feels. Everyone's the same way, though, so.
Well, congratulations. We're
Yeah.
talking to the desk, and we think that time that you put down is probably going to hold up really well, even in the next heat. You crushed it, so well done.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I've been doing a lot of, like, machine interval sprints in the garage alone by myself, so.
There you go.
I
No
just
music?
put myself back there. No music, just
call.
just
There
go
you
hard.
go.
Listen to those thoughts up there. I like it. It's my favorite way.
All right,
It paid
well,
off.
well done. Stay dry if you can, and we look forward to watching you later.
Thank you, guys.
Crushed it. Absolutely crushed
That
it.
was a great pace the
Yeah.
whole way through. All right, let's go. Heat number 2.
You
This will be
a lot-
good. We got a lot of
Who's your
quads in
pick?
this heat.
My
John?
pick, I have Emma Carey. I really think Emma Carey's going to do well in this.
That's right. Brian didn't really believe in her.
Yeah, she didn't. Brian said something like,
He said that was a silly pick,
I think
Josh.
I think she's going to take last, but I said I don't think you're right, Brian.
I don't know.
That's how I remember it.
I can't see Laura losing this workout.
I was just
mean,
going
but
to say,
I
she's going to be my pick.
But it seems pretty, that seems like an easy pick. But there are a lot of other women here that I think can have extremely competitive times, and I'm going to just throw it out there. I think Gabby McGowan could be in line for her best finish of the weekend yet on this one.
You also have to think, if you're Laura, right? Like when the event lines up and it's only 5 points, now's the time. Because
Right.
who knows what's coming
Because
up
she's
later.
gonna want to get as many people in between her and Tia as possible. And Tia's a grinder. Tia's obviously one of the greatest to ever do it, if not the greatest. But the bike has always never been a good thing for her. So it's gonna be interesting to see how she handles this.
Yeah, I think starting and ending on a machine definitely favors Horvath on this.
Do you see Laura and Gabby have a towel tucked into their bra straps there?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, it's raining. Just
yeah, I know that the towel's soaked already.
Yeah.
I like to have me a wet towel in the rain.
Just in case I need to dry my hands off. We make fun, but
Well,
it's probably,
I'm sure-
It's probably a great idea.
It's probably going to do something.
They're
And
way
I'm sure
fitter than I
12
am.
minutes ago or 15 minutes ago when they were walking down, it
Yep.
was a good idea.
Yep.
Things have
I
changed
just imagine them
significantly.
standing in the dugout dry as the
Yeah.
rain is piling down.
All right.
Just
I'm going to bet they
so
weren't too
excited.
dry in that dugout either.
That's a long walk from the athlete warm-up area to get out there. So.
Oh, and I just, again, we've just talked about when the athletes are uncomfortable, we smile. I
Oh.
just love that this is happening.
This
I
is
love
just
everything about it.
Very warming. Oh, it looks like it's letting
Those-
up.
Look how light those bells look for Laura.
I think Laura has to be just mission focused on this is where I retake the lead, and then just try to hold on.
Well, and China talked about it this morning in the preview show. She was referencing alpaca that has a lot of the double kettlebells. Emily said, it's somewhat similar to that type of thing. And Danny Smeagol did really good on the version of alpaca that didn't have the rope climbs 2 years ago. We didn't really mention her yet, but she's out there and could be a little sneaky pick on this too.
Exactly. I mean, she's strong,
Well,
obviously, from
and-
after watching last
And
night.
if we're talking about a workout that's going to hit the quads,
Yep.
I think it might favor her.
That's
Yeah,
true too,
right?
Yeah. I think you got to pace this one right, though. You could definitely come out too hot, too fast, and lose it, right?
Yep.
But if you find the right pace off the bat, start a little slower, throttle that back a little bit, and then start to gradually gain, that's typically going to be the right game plan in these types of workouts.
Don't worry about winning the first bike.
I mean, you do and you don't, right? You do and you don't.
Well, and even this first set of 20 on the ground to overhead, you saw, it's easy to do a big first set
Ooh, Laura's
and then
already into
drop
this.
down to
Yeah.
twos.
Oh, Laura knows what she has to do.
That's like 40 or 50 seconds ahead of the split from Brandon and Rolf in the first heat. So, this is where we wonder, is it too fast?
Yeah. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Just
We're
a
throwing
hunch.
it out there, but
Just a
probably
hunch.
not in this case.
Again, I'm just going to talk with conviction and hope I get it right.
Have either of you ever done a workout in rain like this?
Never like this.
I only work out in rain and lightning. We've got China Cho down there on the field in the dugout, going to give us a bit of a report of what it's like on site.
Man, it is coming down out here, but if you look at the dugout where the athletes are normally held before they go out onto the floor, you could see that there's quite a bit of water coming in, and it's coming, all over the floor. So I can't even imagine what the athletes are going through out there, but they are pushing through, and hopefully it doesn't flood down here.
Oh, yeah, I hope you get your waders there, China.
Hey, no, get a set of Crocs.
You know what?
exactly.
I actually lied. I think with China, the 2011 regionals in San Jose, it was a deadlift box jump workout, 21:15, something like that at the regionals. And in San Jose, it was dumping. I don't know if it was raining quite this hard, but it was raining pretty hard.
For the story,
during
say that it
event.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was lightning when we did it.
Sure,
Tornado in the
A tornado.
distance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went through the eye of a hurricane
And we-
once. I don't know.
And we were barefoot and going uphill both directions.
Oh,
Look at look
yeah.
at Brian. So far, just
Well, Gabby McGowan, we should, we talk a lot about Laura and Tia today. Gabby McGowan and Emma Lawson are the third place finishers from the last 2 years at Rogue, and Gabby's only been third and fifth in her 2 years here. Like, she's
There's
really,
Tia.
really great everywhere, but in particular at Rogue, she has a lot of workouts that suit her well. The chippers and the longer workouts in the past have also often had either muscle-ups or handstand push-ups in the middle section. There's none here, so this, I think, is actually the best version of this. Oh, I love
Getting it
it.
done. Getting it done.
I love that.
Wait,
Get
was
the
that on
job
purpose? I
done.
missed it.
I bet she slipped,
I know, it was controlled.
but it was very controlled.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's going to play it off just like Josh does all of his predictions.
Exactly.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
She knew exactly. That was part of every tactic she had written down before she went out there.
Why waste those legs on going down?
Exactly. She pulled out her wet towel.
I
Did
saw
she?
that.
Yeah,
I saw that actually. She used the
She's
towel.
going to use that towel.
And here's Tia, and this is how she's kind of been
Nice
this
and
whole
controlled,
weekend.
Nice and controlled.
Never out of control.
Right.
Very
Yeah.
focused. And
Yep.
and just doing that and taking care of her business, her lane.
Not letting Laura get too far ahead,
Yep.
right? Like
No.
she's not gonna like at this pace right here. She's not gonna lose too much ground.
Exactly.
Well, I'm just going to throw this out there. The next workout that's on the docket is box jumps and pegboards. I don't know in the rain if that's going to happen. So we may possibly have completely unknown slate remaining for the rest of the day.
Who would know? Who would know what the contingencies are? I don't know.
Great question.
Great
And so
question.
if it's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, let's say she might take third here.
Yeah.
She's going to be only 10 points behind with
Yeah.
200 unknown points remaining. That's
Exactly.
like basically a wash.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I agree. I think
Oh,
that
Now it's time
Tia
to
is
just
always
suffer.
Yeah, yep. Let's get those legs fired back
Yeah.
up.
And this is from a mental perspective here. Like Tia has seen Laura ahead of her the whole time. Now she sees that those things are on the ground and Laura's bending down there.
Yep.
She's keep moving. She's
That
only,
can
look,
be
and, like, she's only
motivation.
two steps behind her.
That could be motivation where she might have come up to these and said, I'm going to probably do 10 and 10. And as soon as Laura puts them down, she might go, you know what? I'm
gonna
not
keep
putting
going.
these down.
Yep.
Emma
Those things
Lawson's
look
looking
massive.
great too.
Yeah, and Lawson, actually, fun fact, last night took an 11th in the deadlift. She was the last athlete in the field, male or female, to finish a workout outside the top 10
Wow.
for the weekend. So she's been, even though she hasn't had any first or second places, she was extremely consistent and still 11th.
We might see something come down to the bike.
We could.
I
Who
mean,
would have thought?
This could be
And
fantastic.
could the workout be programmed any more, like efficient?
So well done.
No, this is awesome. This is awesome to see. It is.
And especially them being side by side.
Exactly.
You know, there was a few
points.
athletes in between Rolf and Brandon.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, McGowan's in this too. Remember, McGowan was about 20 seconds faster than Tia on the first bike.
Yep.
Right.
So even if Tia gets there a couple reps ahead of her, that could be
I have a sneaky
a
feeling
three-way battle right
Tia
there in the
might
middle.
go a little harder on the second bike.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the question is, can Laura and Gabby also do that?
Right, exactly.
Those things look rugged.
I mean, this is impressive. It's just impressive to watch. The rain, yeah.
Look at the speed.
at the
Laura's
time
still
on the
moving
clock, I
out
mean-
with those
Right,
bells.
right. We're at 8:30. I want to say they were at around 10-ish, a little over 10-ish when they got to that bike.
10:30 for
Yeah.
Brandon-ish, yes. So this is,
This is
4
very
reps.
impressive. 4
Quite
more
a-
reps.
and looking at just the range of
Dude, she
scores
is
of the
making-
remaining women, I think that Pat may have really misled Emily there.
Right. Man, Laura made those FatBells look really light.
She was push pressing her.
Yes.
And here we go.
Okay, that's not a bad pace.
It
She's
has
definitely
to
going a little faster.
burn.
I mean, once she gets to about 10, she knows it's probably no one's gonna catch her. Okay.
Gabby
oh,
actually
now it's
overtook
like, oh
Tia
no,
there.
I gotta
That's
go.
So
That's-
they were the first two off the bike, first two back to the bike, and
Yep.
powerful athletes.
That's
Super
what she wants
impressive.
to see, somebody between her and Tia.
Exactly.
This next little group, wow,
Oh wow. Oh, oh hello.
get away from me.
There might be a couple dents in the field after
fixing
that.
a divot.
I mean, we didn't see the first part of that, but she just like surged up the ticker there on the side
Right,
of
yeah.
the screen.
Yep.
That might have been maybe a set of 20 and a little strategy from Gazan.
Yeah, right. She might have held that pace perfect. Now though, what
Wow.
can she do on this
Oh,
bike?
here we go.
Another one sneaking up over there on the left side is Carrie. She was down there in
Oh,
like
yeah,
8th. She's all
you're
the way
right.
up to 5th. She's
There
only,
she is. She's about to go to that bike too. One more rep.
I think she's passed by
Nice.
Emma Lawson. So,
Oh, 2 more reps.
and I love to see that actually from Emma, because she has had many events throughout this year where she started hot and faded a little. Still sometimes with good event finishes, but to maybe see that go the other way, nice little change of pace for her.
Yeah.
She got on there and started moving those handles a little faster than I feel like everyone else too.
Only a couple reps left for
Yeah,
Laura.
this was so impressive to watch. So cool.
She smashed this thing.
Sub 11.
Thanks, Rain.
Did
Made this
exactly
memorable.
what she needed to do.
Well, and Carrie and Lawson, they were getting to the bike very similarly to Brandon and Rolf, so it could actually still kind of hold up as a 5th or 6th. It's just what Laura did was,
Wow. That wasn't even what? 12 seconds? That's
great
impressive.
job by Gabby. Yeah, and it, sure enough, for her best finish since the opening event where she was 2nd place. So
Yeah. Tien,
I think Kazan's going to take this from her right
I think
here,
you're right. I think,
Yeah.
which is huge for Laura.
yeah, big.
And it just kind of feels like it's going to be one of those competitions where when everything's said and done, it's going to be 5 points one way or the other.
Right. It's gonna make a fun Sunday. It's always fun to see a race, right? Like it's
Oh,
great.
absolutely.
It's great when someone's crushing it and someone's killing it. But man, like when it's a race, it's
You'd like to see a battle.
exactly.
Yeah, it looks like Carrie could put herself in between Horvath and Toomey also.
Wow.
She's right there.
I bet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she doesn't look happy.
Oh, my goodness. That's
I
a
saw that face on
stinger.
Alex
Yeah.
Kazan after the alpaca workout this
Carrie.
summer.
Oh,
Great job, Emma.
great job
Wow,
from Emma
she got
Carey.
on that so much later than
Yep.
everyone else.
And great job by Josh.
Yeah. Heck of a pick.
I appreciate it. There
I
you
think
go.
after like taking 9 jabs at you, I can give you 1 compliment.
You're a good dude. Get that guy a cup of coffee.
Still a solid finish for Tia.
Yep.
It's going to keep
She
her
doesn't
in the
lose too
hunt
many
for sure.
points.
Yeah, she is. And as we've seen the leaderboards exchange points, she knows that points lost can be points gained with one event.
I mean, this is event 7 too. Like these athletes, what they've been through the last 3 days, like,
Yep.
man, this is so impressive to see.
Just the deadlift ladder itself was just a total systemic hit.
Yeah.
But it was such an exciting event. I loved watching that start to finish.
Can you imagine, too, coming off of that and onto the bike? I mean, what, 12 hours later?
Right.
14 hours later?
Right.
Man, another good showing for Magnon too.
Yeah.
You know, she was the top placing qualifier last year. She's inside the top 10 this year. I don't know if a lot of people in North America are knowing her historically, but she's starting to pop up on the radar.
And you love to see it, man. You know, I think we're getting to a time, too, like, especially on the men's side, where you're starting to see Vellner's 33, Fakowski's 33. Who else? I mean, there's a lot of those good.
Morad, Olsen,
Yeah, they're
EKG,
all
Mayer.
up there, and they're like at the back end of their career, probably. I
Travis
don't know,
Mayer.
maybe not. I don't know. These guys are freaks.
You gotta wonder what's cracking.
But then all
Yeah, exactly.
but then all these new athletes are gonna start coming in, and it's fun to see. It's fun to watch.
Well, and so speaking of that, Lauren Fisher, who was
Yeah.
one of the earliest teenage athletes, you know,
Yep.
doing regionals at like 16, 17 years old,
It's phenomenal.
and to still be in the game at this level.
How old is she now?
I bet
19?
I would say I bet she's 20, 29. I bet.
Yeah.
I think she is right about that age,
Yeah.
29, 30.
Just the longevity in the
Yeah.
sport.
Exactly. And like having the ups and downs. Like she
Yeah.
hasn't just been like up the whole time, right? She's went to a team, didn't make it a couple times, you
Right.
know? And so now like seeing her back here at the Rogue Invitational, this is such a tough place to qualify for. Like the fact that she did it was so impressive.
Yep.
And every finish between 8th and 12th before this,
Yeah.
that's like a crazy
Yeah.
consistency. We talked about how everyone in the field has finished 10th or worse at least once.
Yeah.
Prior to today, nothing worse than 12th.
Yeah. Super
So
impressive. Good for her, you know, having to qualify. And then even through the qualifier, right? She wasn't even up there for a little while.
Right.
Obviously had some judgment, some judging stuff that came up and got her in, and so it was great. Great to see.
There it is. Less than 5 calories.
Still
And
well under the
every
time cap.
Everybody
single
under the cap.
person gets full
Yep.
benefits.
Burn off
That's
that.
what we're here for, folks. We're here to make sure everyone gets the full benefit of these workouts.
You know what I like about this one too? Like, I want to go home and do this.
Exactly.
You know, I
Right,
might choose
yeah.
different weights. I don't have a fancy hill to drag a bag up, but I can find a version of this workout that I can do
Yeah,
at home.
Yeah.
I'd
I
choose
might not
different
bike,
weights
I
and
probably
movements.
will use 25 pounds, but
Yeah, right.
I'm going to do this workout.
I might do burpees instead of echo. I don't know. Awesome. So awesome to see. And now here, let's go. Event 1's done, or event
Yep.
7's done. And it's 2 more events to go, and the race is there.
It's going to be a good day.
I think Tia did a good job of handling the damage control there, right? Not allowing too many people. You know, she did let Gazan and Carrie sneak in there, but she's still right where she needs to be.
Well, I think, you know, what Brian brought up, she's so good at staying in her own lane. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't let herself get flustered by the tempo or the pace of somebody else. She knows herself so well, she's able to just pace so that she does the best of her ability.
And Laura coming in and just doing what she's got to do and winning it. You know, like,
Yep.
so impressive.
And once again, we're going to have another disruption to the leaderboard. Like we said at the morning show, don't fall in love with it just because it's the final day of competition.
What really well done there down the hill. Like,
She just slid
controlled,
herself into a first
a nice
place, huh?
control.
Athletes are athletes
That's
and
right,
under
man.
any conditions, you know
That's
what I mean?
right.
And have a little fun with it, you know, get to slide down the hill. I still think those FatBells are just, they
Yeah,
just look
they are
brutal. I think it was a
amazingly-
great addition to it.
I agree.
You said
kinda
Katie
wanna-
said,
I
hey, let's
wanna
make it a
buy
bit
'em.
spicier.
Yeah, Katie was the one we were talking like dumbbells. She's like, let's do fat bells, and I was like, I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have Kiki Dixon, who's going to catch up with the overall winner of this event, Laura Horvath.
Laura, congratulations on your event win. I don't know if you noticed, we had a little weather. How did that affect things out there for you?
To be honest, not really. It was just like nice to get cool, I guess. But the only thing was the grip, like it was slippery, and you had to be cautious on the hill to go up and down. I slipped, not on purpose whatsoever, so it didn't really change much.
We talked earlier in the weekend about as soon as you're done with an event, you're kind of replaying it in your mind, what you would do different. If you got another crack at this, what would you change?
I think I executed pretty good. I was happy. As soon as I saw those kettlebells out on the field, I knew it was my kind of workout, so I think it went very well.
What did you like about those kettlebells specifically?
I just like heavy stuff, you know. They were pretty heavy, so I like them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Event 7, 100% delivered. Hulk hands, that does it on the women's side of the house. We'll be coming back shortly with the men, but some closing thoughts, Brian.
Yeah, the races are tightening up. It's not just at the top. Gabby McGowan making a move on Lawson. Gazan staying in the mix. All the podium spots still up for grabs.
Annie?
This was my favorite. You know, those kettlebells were pretty heavy. She push pressed every rep. They weren't that heavy.
Like I said, the race is here. Smoke them if you got them, boys.
That's right. That's right. So we've got plenty of more good stuff coming up. And just a reminder, for the final day of competition, it's only $15 to get this sort of premium content here. Best in the business here at the Tailgate Show. Enjoy it. Don't go too far. We have men's event 7 coming up soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2023 Rogue Invitational. This is the Tailgate Show. I'm Pat Sherwood. It's day 4 of CrossFit competition. We're about to kick off event number 7, Hulk Hands, and I'm joined at the desk by multiple-time CrossFit Games champion Matt Fraser, and of course we have Hera Cannon and Marsden Sawyers as part of the Buttery Bros. But I have to ask, gentlemen, what's happening?
We're here to work.
Here to work, just trying to stay safe. You know, it's kind of wet out there, so we went with the hard hats in
Safety
case.
first, huh? Safety.
Yeah,
It's
so-
also, you know, it's an impermeable membrane on the top of your head so you don't get wet.
That's right.
Exactly. I don't want
fantastic.
this hair to get wet.
No,
you
no,
know?
of course not.
This doesn't happen by accident.
And on a cloudy day, you know, some sunglasses. Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
So, Matt, after having done, you know, countless events, you know, inclement weather, rain, I mean, does it matter to a degree? Does it not matter?
The only time weather like this is going to negatively affect unfairly is if it rains for one heat and not the other. So if the first heat, all the equipment's dry, second heat, everything's wet. But right now, it's been raining all morning. It's a fair field. They
Everything's
adjusted.
soaked.
Yeah, they adjusted the workout so that it remains safe for everyone.
Yep.
So I think you just got to accept like, hey, I'm in the same boat as everyone else. This is no different. We're going to attack it
It
as hard as we
sucks
can.
equally for everybody.
Exactly.
As long as it's safe.
But actually, with a workout like this, like a long chipper, for me, this is my ideal situation. My biggest problem was overheating on long workouts like this. So you got cool rain on you the whole time. Yeah, it's great.
What more could you ask for? You're going to have the Echo bike giving you a breeze
Exactly.
to start. I mean, this is perfect. And so, yeah, originally there were lunges that were going to take place, front rack lunges, I believe, and then those were removed for in-place reverse lunges, just, again, for athlete safety, try to minimize anybody potentially slipping. And we saw with the women, it worked out absolutely perfectly. And maybe even a bit more challenging because instead of a front rack lunge with a barbell you get to keep those FatBells on your hands.
Yeah, there's less of a transition. You can finish your last FatBell movement and just get right into the lunge.
So it could right into it.
Yeah.
So is the hill the crux of the workout here?
It seems to be those FatBells.
Yeah, the FatBells. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I see this workout as it's two efforts of Echo Bike and the FatBells, ground to overhead. Everything else in the middle, like the lunges, you can kind of hit your terminal pace on it and just breathe, take your breath at the top. The two runs, they're just the transition. The hill, I think you can kind of stay vertical, try to stay quad dominant, keep your chest upright, and just chug. But yeah, I think most of this workout is coming down to those FatBells and the last effort on that Echo Bike.
And the FatBells are probably one of those things that even though athletes' gear selection has increased and got more exotic over the years, that I still don't think these are super common in people's stable of equipment.
No, definitely not. Not super common, but I think they're going to reflect what it feels like with a dumbbell, but just a lot more comfortable when you take it into the front rack. There's no sharp edges on it. It's just so your hand's in the center, the weight's evenly distributed, and then they're not jabbing into your neck or ears when you rack them. And they just look cool.
Yeah,
they look super cool. Hence the Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Do you think it adds you have to go a little further down at the bottom too?
I think I heard someone saying that it's in the warm-up area they got a no rep because they were just having to go down that extra 2 inches, and that muscle memory they're hitting or not hitting.
What'd you think of the Des last night? How fun was that to watch?
What a show.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I definitely knew some of the guys were going to pull, heavy as they did. I did not realize how many would get as heavy as they did. Same in men's side and women's side also. Like, I think the event ran for so long because they just kept pulling more weight.
Yeah, I don't know how you could really plan for that. And we both made like a pretty safe prediction. Then I was like, I think it's going to be Speegs, and I thought it was going to be Smith. So.
That's a safe prediction,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Thanks to you giving me the information about Chandler's deadlift. Yeah.
Gazan, right. And then Gazan just PR'd her deadlift 4 times in a row.
Yeah. Every
looked
rep looked
amazing.
Yeah. A lot of people PR'd out there.
And then Chandler went, he finished off with a show. You guys should also know he stuck around for about an hour afterwards and got photos and signatures with everyone that was waiting for him. He was here until 10 p.m. last night.
He's a great American.
Yeah.
He really is.
And deadlifting north of 600 pounds in a collared shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
That was just fantastic.
He was there to do business.
We've got a request that just came in. People want to know why the name Buttery Bros.
So when we worked together at CrossFit back in the day, we would say buttery a lot, and it was just like a term for when we would compose a nice shot that was, like
Smooth.
an athlete coming across the finish line with their hands up and the crowd in the background. I'm like, Heebs, you gotta see the shot, super buttery.
Super buttery.
So we would say that all the time, and it was just kind of like a term that we used. And then when we were starting our YouTube channel, we're like, I feel like we should have it be in the buttery realm.
Yep.
And we were a couple of bros, and it made sense.
And it just fit.
Yeah.
The alliteration was there.
There it was.
The rest is history.
Yep.
Exactly.
No regrets.
We're not biological,
Not
brother.
one letter.
If you didn't know.
Okay, roger that.
It's brothers and butter.
Okay, let's see this. Going up this hill in the rain.
Yeah,
It's
wet turf, dragging a bag.
Do you go with a cleat here?
Yeah.
I don't think they're allowed cleats.
No
no
cleats.
cleats.
So no.
I don't want to.
I think it's
chew
pretty
it up.
stiff under that. It's not.
Is that Dallin?
No, that's
No,
Yellow Hosta.
Yeah.
Yellow
I
Hosta's
think
in
that's
the-
the technique right there. Now they're all doing it.
And
Just
as if
quick arm pull.
As if a backwards drag doesn't blow your quads up enough. Go ahead and add an incline.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That knee extension.
Oh, the burn that's going through their quads right now.
And then you get to go back for some lunges.
Did some of the women slide down?
Yeah, I think I saw Laura.
Oh, there we go.
Fall and then just leaned into it and slid. But then
Yep.
I saw another couple girls trying to slide and they weren't
It
slipping.
Didn't work. Dude, how about Spiegel's baseball slide under the logs yesterday?
Yeah.
She had that down. And
That
she
was
was
cool.
so
And then
fast.
Jason Hopper's like full on like 2-arm.
Well, I think it was Vellner was doing that almost from the get-go, and then Hopper changed partway through.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just full Superman send it.
Superman send to the log. I was like, man, 2
That
inches
was
higher.
such an exciting event. I
And
love all
then
the
he's
duels.
talking about, he's like, oh, I was jumping way too high, Yeah, we all have that problem.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I was jumping way too high over
I
the
didn't even need to
4-foot
touch
log.
the log.
Yeah.
Hate it when my 40-inch vertical gets in the way.
For me, I would look like a bulldog trying to get onto a couch, getting that back leg over.
He's got hip dysplasia, that of a German Shepherd.
So where does one, on a whim, purchase a construction outfit?
So
Toys R
here,
Us.
I'll give you the whole backstory. We were trying to be Minions, and then we ended up in this.
Oh,
So
yeah, okay.
we ordered Amazon Minions costumes because I know Laura Horvath's a big fan of Minions, so we were going to surprise her as Minions.
Okay, now it's starting to make a little more sense.
Yeah,
Not
sort of,
not complete
right?
sense,
And
but a
then
little more.
Those didn't arrive, so last night I was like, Party City's open till midnight, or 11. We got to go. So we got there at 10:30. The Minions costumes they had were triple XL. And so
I
couldn't
held it
get-
up. It was like it could have fit a lineman, I was like, I don't know,
Give it to
man.
Brian
It's
Shaw.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah, it was fit for Brian Shaw.
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah, okay, let's not do these. And then we found the construction hats, and then we sent Julian Lewis in a Walmart, and he got us the vests. You guys at home might not see, but we've got like a satchel for like a sewing kit, and gloves.
Yeah, it works.
You know, ties it all together.
Ties it all together.
So if you're looking for costumes for tomorrow night or Tuesday night,
Are those helmets part of it? They look like legit construction helmets. Are they just part of a costume?
I don't think that
They have no
would-
load
they
bearing,
wouldn't
no-
pass
no-
OSHA,
I mean, I
yeah.
think you could
Gotcha.
take a couple bricks to that.
Maybe drop
wanna
one of those
find out?
fat bells on there?
Yeah, I think it'd hold up.
It's one way to find out.
Even this heat is making some quick work
Yeah,
of this.
Ricky's just moving so smoothly through these. Dallin made up a ton of ground.
He's got a ton. He got a big lead right now. He's not setting it down.
Dallin's
He just
in
wanted to get to that bike,
14th
dude.
overall. Ricky's in 12th overall. But again, I mean, the point spread's not that huge from like 4th to 12th. And again, 3 events, 300 points. One of the events you don't know what it is. Don't stop cheering for your favorite athlete, regardless of where they are on the leaderboard. This could all change a lot.
All right, Dallin's back on the bike.
Yeah, this is where
All right, just before the 8-minute mark.
he's about to power the city of Detroit. That guy is so efficient on a bike.
You hop on the bike after just kind of a grueling quad dominant grinder like this. Are you giving yourself the first 10 calories to kind of get some feeling back, or are you just trying to knock on Satan's door right out of the gates?
No, I think if I were doing this, I would take the first 5 seconds to kind of ramp up. Like I'm still going to try to hit the same top wattage, but I'm just going to ramp up slowly, let the calories start clicking over before I'm at that top wattage. Typically, I'll wait until the first calorie ticks, so I know the computer's reading and up to pace, and then I lean into it. And with this workout, you hit the finish line after this. You don't save yourself for anything.
You get the nice rain falling.
And it's not as drastic, but it's, the calories go up exponentially when you crank on it.
The first calorie always takes the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to hold for wattage?
Man,
Best guess.
I couldn't even take a ballpark at guessing. It's so dependent on what you hit prior.
Josh said it hit 2100.
Oh, obviously, yeah, at least, yeah. Yeah, there would be a comma for
Wattage?
sure.
There'd be got to separate those digits. So we got Dallin in there first, huh?
Yep.
that Husta? Yeah.
Oh,
He hammered that last
Oh,
bike.
yeah.
these guys are moving fast.
I hate ending workouts on a machine. Oh,
They
it's the most painful.
They're going to lay in a puddle afterwards.
Yeah,
so.
true. Yeah. Oh, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see how quickly they're trying to get through the finish line.
yeah. You can't
Just
even
like a
even
hobble.
run for the 5 feet. Your legs are like, we're not going to run.
And I assume the timing chip's on the first line, or is he not crossed yet? He's there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm looking out the windows here, and I'm looking at the puddles, and there's the rain is definitely either really significantly slowed down or maybe just barely drizzling, but everything's soaked, but we're not in a downpour anymore.
Yeah.
But I see no sunlight anywhere.
No.
Yeah, coming in here, there was like storm clouds on both sides of Dell Diamond.
It was like on, I think, day 1 or day 2 of competition. We were up in the booth looking down, and like Bill Henniger's just in the middle of the field looking at the clouds. We're like, whoa, the stress in his mind right now.
Yeah, we got to go out to train with Willie Moe when we were in Kauai. It was
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we went and did the Hawaiian Trail Run with them, and it was really cool to kind of see him prep and lead up to this event.
Yeah.
Dude is super fit. And
Tell us a little something about him.
Well, me and Heber did this workout where we split up into teams, and I was on Willie Moe's team.
Good team?
I was with Alex Kazan.
He was with Alex
yeah.
Kazan.
Yeah.
Because like, we've done workouts with them in the past, and they wanted to be on the same team. We're like, that's totally unfair.
Yeah.
We got to split you guys up. Right. And the workout had like, I think it was like 21 chest to bars out the gate, and then every time you get on an echo bike, and then it was wall-facing handstand push-ups. I don't think I've ever done wall-facing handstand push-ups.
We didn't know the technique.
Didn't know it at all, but
Yeah.
very quickly I'm starting to become ashamed of my efforts towards Will, because he would go and get through that whole round and back to me, and it's my turn again. I'm like, bro, I feel like it just went.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
giving you huge breaks.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It's
I
not
know,
fair.
it's, well, like, when I work out with O'Keefe, he says the same thing. I'm like, dude, it's a double swing. I just got to break you early so that you work even longer, longer, longer.
Yeah.
So my rest gets longer, your rest gets shorter every time. Yeah, it's
See,
a
I think
vicious circle.
For us, I started to feel bad for like I'm not helping her fitness because she's getting too much rest
Yeah.
in between intervals. I was like, I'm gonna just do regular handstand
go
push-ups so
harder.
you can get back. I was talking to Tudor yesterday. He was saying he's learning a lot this weekend, being
Yeah.
being here with all these athletes. His deadlift last night
Dude,
was insanely
he
impressive.
is so strong.
And what is he, 20?
Look at the size of his legs. Somebody told me he snatched 330 in competition.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Jeez.
wild.
I don't even think I've seen that in a competition.
So if we are picking teams for a team workout, obviously we have a solid pick standing next to me. But between you, Marsden, who's fitter, you or Heber? A well-rounded test.
I mean, if the open is an indicator.
Yeah, he's won the open the last few
Okay,
years.
all right.
But
there you
here's
go.
the thing, this guy's come up in a big way. Like, he's been doing a lot of hypertrophy training.
Have you seen Heber with his shirt off recently?
Stop, guys.
I have to say I have not.
We're gonna make a Mother's Day calendar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
It goes from
so
Mother's
you
Day
can
to
buy it,
Mother's Day.
yeah, May to May.
That's
In
amazing.
case you miss the 2024 calendar, we got you covered mid-season.
Give the people what they want.
Yep.
Dallin Pepper, 9:04. I have to think. We'll be
That's a pretty
catching up
good time
with him
for
in a
that,
little bit
right?
here. Yeah, so we'll probably chat with him in a bit. So feel free to pepper him, no pun intended, with a couple questions.
Oh, we get access to
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We'll have him on. You can chat with him about his experience down there.
Yeah, he's representing Utah. He's one of our guys.
Yeah.
There you go. A lot
Yeah.
on the line there.
Big Utah guy.
Yep.
Yeah, grew up down the street.
A lot of fitness coming out of Utah.
That's right, right?
You're welcome. Rocky Mountains.
When you see the reverse lunge, Matt, reverse versus forward, hitting you a bit different. A lunge is a lunge, and dictated by the length of the stride.
No, I mean, step back lunges for me, I know it's going to be a lot more glute, a lot more hamstring. They replicate like the forward walking lunge a lot closer, so I think it's a great substitution. I think, no, the lunges before were front rack, right?
We're going to be front rack.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say they're more difficult, but with the faster transition, I think it's going to tire the guys out a little bit more.
I think Dallin might be with us now. Dallin, can you hear me? Not yet. Okay, stand by. We'll get him here shortly.
30 seconds ahead of the next guy.
Right?
That's a good lead right there.
Now, the question is, will that time hold up well in the next heat?
I don't think so. I think there's too many big guys, too many.
That's right. The big guys invaded CrossFit.
Big guys invaded too. Average height is like 6'2" now.
Which is funny because you used to hear people chirping all back in the day that it's not fair, I'm too tall, none of these things are good for tall people, and now it's like,
yep,
you're north of 6 feet left and right. You're short, you're 5'11".
I'm 5'12".
That maths.
Oh, we're going to get Dallin here shortly. Hey, Dallin, this is Pat Sherwood. Can you hear me down there?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going okay for me. I'm dry and warm watching you guys work out. Congratulations on a win there in Heat 1.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm up here with the Buttery Bros and Matt Fraser. I don't know if you can see us, but we just watched you throw down. Congratulations. Gentlemen, what you got for your boy out of Utah here?
Dallin, how'd that workout feel? Where'd you have to push? Where could you throttle back?
I thought that it was going to be more of an echo bike until I saw the women go, and then it was just kind of like cruise at a pace that was under threshold, and then it was one on the kettlebells and just taking super quick breaks, and I did smaller sets and just stayed over the top of them.
Nice.
And then pushed the end.
How was the hill with it being wet? Did you have a good grip?
Going up was fine. I got a little sketched out coming down. Yella took off, and I thought he was going to fall, and my legs were cramping up, and I thought I was going to go over face first, but it was good.
Thankfully you didn't.
Yeah, seriously.
How's the body feeling from the deadlifts last night?
I was feeling great till I took my last attempt and failed, and that one rocked my world a little bit. Got a little lightheaded, lots of blood flow up there. But overall, feeling pretty good. Honestly, I'm feeling that fall over the log a little more than the deadlift. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we saw.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a good one. But yeah.
Well, keep up the great work, man. You've been a blast to watch.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, get yourself some fuel, get yourself some rest, and we'll be watching for the rest of the day.
Yeah, quick turnaround. Thank you, guys.
You got it. Solid time, like you said, 30 seconds ahead of the next guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost unfortunate. I think that he would be a contender if he were in the final heat, if he had, but when you're 30 seconds ahead, it's hard to find that extra push, especially when you're ending on a bike. So I think some of the guys in the second heat are going to come in knowing the time to beat, knowing what pace he held on the bike and stuff like that. So it's, you can add a little bit of strategy to it and get that, shave off a couple seconds.
Navigate that hill, play with the bag, yeah. So let's just see, hey, Pat Fellner, right? I mean, hasn't presented himself a catastrophe yet, and he just has a clean run, 33 years old, still just operating, top of the game. But I have to think that, again, if you're looking for a fight, if you're looking for some great competition, Adler and Krennikov, 15 points between each other, chirping. Before coming into this event, I made a mistake in the morning show. So if you watch the morning show, I said that Krennikov has never beaten Adler in an in-person competition. That's incorrect. He has done it once, but the overwhelming majority of the time when they're at the same place, Adler wins. So I wouldn't be surprised Krennikov wants to start getting a couple more victories in his in-person category. It's day 3, 15 points. Now's the time to do it.
What was the competition that?
It was overseas.
Like Dubai?
I think I don't want to say for sure, but I believe so. It was overseas.
Yeah. I wonder what they placed in 2018.
I want to say was Roman maybe in 6th the year that I competed against him in Dubai. Yeah.
If you want to look it up,
I don't remember specifically.
Yep.
And
who we got in this heat? Vellner, Adler, Roman.
Yeah, we got Vellner, Adler, Krennikov.
Oh,
Fikowski's in 4.
Yeah,
Fikowski with the chippers, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Hopper, Chandler Smith.
Another tall guy.
And then Travis Mayer's in
Travis
7th.
Mayer.
Travis Mayer, man.
I think this is a really good workout for him, because I remember doing 2018 the final chipper where it was like
Yeah, the dumbbell or double.
yeah, like it was like 4 different Metcons smushed
Yeah.
together, and just chipper your one time through, and Mayer smashed it. Like it was he and I going into the last station.
Yeah, that was Dubai, right? That's what you're talking about.
That was a high-paying event.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah. The Sheikh was disappointed that no one had finished.
Yeah, right.
So what did he put up? 30,000.
Yeah, 30,000. And then he goes, if you win and finish, I have a special gift for you. Sick.
Like a Jaguar or something.
Yeah, Travis Mayer shops at Home Depot for sure.
Yeah, we just spent time with Travis last week. We were out in Alpharetta,
Atlanta?
Georgia.
Yeah.
And great guy, family man. I think he has 4 kids.
I
and
think it's
we were
4
just,
kids, yeah.
Just impressive to see him be able to juggle all that, run an
Right?
affiliate, and be able to.
And still
How?
competing at this
Right,
level.
how?
And-
Bananas.
And when we walked in, he was doing one-on-one coaching with not an athlete, like just a general gen pop. You know.
That's awesome.
All right,
Roman's
guys.
food of choice is gummy bears for those interested.
Guy's gonna send it. Can't get all your calories from broccoli.
No, he's just in the back. He's just downing forest green gummy bears.
And bananas.
Carbs win championships.
Yep.
Carbs win. Fueled by carbs.
Body by carbs. All right. Doesn't look like anyone's sprinting.
Oh, the rain's back.
And we are lucky enough to have China Cho, who caught up with Julian Marquez.
Oh, yeah.
The
He's on the
other
job
buttery
site.
bro.
Hey guys, as I was trying to find a little shelter from the weather, I heard you guys talking about your outfit, so I had to find the third man. He wasn't very hard to find.
I know. I'm probably memorably unmemorable. You know, they say they dress for the job that you want, not the job you have. And we came over here as a couple of show ponies.
You were definitely putting on a show. I don't know about these shoes, though. The rain is starting to come down. They look like they got some holes in them. Do you think they're going to hold up?
I mean, they're winning. Yeah, they're definitely steel-toed, but yeah, they have a few holes in them. So yeah, they're going to be a little bit of wet, but, you know, it's accessories.
And you know what? Fashion is obviously more important today, especially with Halloween coming up.
Oh, it's Halloween? Oh, this is just my Sunday strip.
Well, I'm very impressed, and I feel extremely underdressed. Back to you guys, Pat.
One of the most spectacular interviews I've ever seen in modern media. Rich and compelling, and one for the ages.
Looks like half the field's off the bikes. How quickly are they going?
You know, we got talking a second ago about nutrition. You mentioned gummy bears. Matt, am I remembering history? Oh, and the rain is back.
It's calming down.
Am I remembering history correctly or incorrectly that when you first get into the sport, you were still consuming a fair amount of Ben & Jerry's?
Oh, a pint of Ben & Jerry's every night.
A pint every night.
And then at school, I ate off 2 food trucks. There was a Chinese food truck out of a utility trailer. It wasn't a good food truck.
Delicious, though.
But the guy who served me that food followed my career. I bumped into him in the bank.
Really?
10 years ago. And he remembered, he's, oh my gosh, like every time you're on TV, I invite my family in, my grandkids. I'm like, I fed him.
Amazing.
And he was one of the food trucks behind the library.
What's your Ben & Jerry's flavor?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
I don't discriminate.
Yo, you go over all of them.
I mean, Tonight Dough, Cherry Garcia, Fish Food.
Do you know
they're all good.
You know the Stephen Colbert one? The Americone Dream?
Yeah.
It's a great one, too,
It's a good one.
Americone Dream and the Tonight Dough is fantastic.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, my diet was not fantastic when I first started competing.
But you made a change, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I met Sammy.
You met Sammy. Yeah.
But that is
so you can cook.
Actually, no, it was Paleo Power Meals was the first one that I saw him at one competition. I was 170 pounds. Then 3 months later, I was 203 at another competition. The guy who owned Mike from Paleo Power Meals saw me and was like, "What are you doing to yourself?" And he was like, "What do you eat?" I was like, "Either General Tao's chicken combo, lunch combo for $5, or 5 slices of pepperoni pizza for $5." And he was so repulsed. He was like, "No, I'm sending you food. I'm going to sponsor you." And he just started shipping me food.
That's amazing.
For those that don't know, Matt is one of the most frugal people I've ever met. If he can get a deal, it's a steal. He's in. $5.
Hey,
It's a
but it was
dollar
working.
slice. Yeah.
And then my go-to dinner a lot of nights when I was studying was a gallon of whole chocolate milk and a pepperoni stick.
You would drink a gallon?
Yeah, dude.
He's on that Go-Mad diet.
Did you say into pepperoni stick?
Yeah, the gas station had these like
The gas
Tupperware containers, and it was like a thick pepperoni stick
Okay,
like that.
okay,
It was like
okay.
6 inches, 4 saltine crackers, and then like a cube of cheddar cheese. So I'd have that and a gallon of milk. It was like a $5 dinner. 2,000
See,
calories.
All of it, every meal he's described is 500.
It would be hard to drink a gallon of milk.
It is,
So
yeah.
they
it's
say
a whole
it's impossible
challenge.
to drink a gallon
Yeah,
of
if you
milk
prove
in
that
an
theory
hour.
wrong.
So it's supposed to be impossible to drink a gallon in an hour. Not impossible. I've done that.
You have?
Yeah, I was laid up for the day, but I did it and I kept it down.
So
But-
how long were you taking to do it without the...
Oh no, like you get like 3/4 of it down an hour, then you just sip on it the rest of the night.
Got it.
But
So-
whole
so
chocolate milk.
it's like a 2-hour excursion?
Yeah, it's
Double
1,600
pacing.
calories. And so like I'd finish training, get in the car, go straight to the library. There's a little red gas station on the side.
Dollar per calorie. That's a pretty
I
good
was
deal.
gonna say, yeah, stretching those funds. And do you allow yourself some ice cream now that you know the comp's in the rearview mirror?
So through the whole back end of my career, cleaned up my diet once I started winning, cleaned up my diet substantially. It was at the tail end of Sammy's pregnancy. We had ice cream every night. It was like one in the last.
Just Roman.
Wow.
Oh, Patty's shooting a shot.
There we go, Pat.
A good friend told me if you run faster than you fall, you won't fall.
Every time I'm running, I hear you in my head saying that.
Yeah, if you run faster than you can fall, you won't fall.
Yeah.
Just keep those legs pumping. Stay in the air. Foot straight fast.
Roman's caught up. He's like, not today.
So
This is a fit group running up right now.
and Fikowski
Deep
supposedly
Pep.
slid
Yeah,
down the
Deep
whole
Pep.
way as well.
Okay, we got a
Flopper.
race. Oh, a little dry your hands.
Man, they are staying tight. They are separated by like 2 reps, 3 reps.
Yeah, there's nothing you couldn't sprint right now.
And Vellner just needs to do some, just hold on. Don't let too many people slip ahead of you. But Adler and Krennikov, I know they just want who's going to walk away, taking another step up in that podium. And Fikowski can get himself onto the podium because him and Krennikov are tied right now, 3rd and 4th place, 385 points. And this is Fikowski's first time at the Invitational.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he just hasn't been here before. Time number 1. Looking to make a statement.
I guess because in 2019 he was preparing for Granite Games, so that makes sense.
Now we've seen some people, here's Roman doing the 2-step, right, with the foot in and out. Other folks just keeping it wide, touching between the feet like Vellner.
I would definitely be going narrow stance. I'd be doing Roman's technique. And, for me, I'm sure it's a little bit different than, Pat, a little stumble there. I mean, a lot of these taller guys, they have so much more room in between their legs. For me, I have the shortest inseam.
So those tall people again. Those tall people changing the
4-inch
game.
inseam, baby. Oh man, this is gonna be a.
Oh, Hopper. There we go.
Hopper's up
there
there,
we
man.
go. The hop man.
How tall is Hopper?
Is he 6'2"? Come on, Hopper.
Most of
If
these
Hopper
guys are-
gets to that bike, it's going to be fun.
All of them, dude. Krennikov.
I will say I've never seen anyone
Sit-
hit a bike like Hopper.
Oh, dude, remember him? Yes.
Yeah.
He drooled all over
we
you.
were at
yeah.
HWPO, and he was just hammering
Oh,
the bike.
yeah.
And the sweat's just
Yeah, you made
raining
that
off
video
of
of
him.
with the goggles
Yeah,
on.
I was wearing goggles, sitting there filming it, acting like I'm in the splash zone, baby.
Oh, Krennikov
Roman.
moving first.
Looking to let Adler know.
He's got a pretty
Wow,
good lead,
that is
man.
a big lead.
And all of these guys are going to put
Wow.
Pepper's time in jeopardy, though, too.
Oh, yeah. Pepper was around 9:04, I
So
believe.
he got on the bike just before the 8-minute mark
Okay.
in the last heat. All right.
All right, Hop. Hammer that bike.
He's
This
looking
is
over at
just
him.
what Roman needs, too, to put some distance
Yeah.
between him and Adler.
Hopper's definitely trying to look at his screen, or he was.
Not today.
think he has a privacy screen on there.
Yeah.
Oh, Fikowski, we got a bunch of people getting ahead of Adler here.
Man, I thought for sure somebody would save enough in the tank to just sprint that last 30, but those 20 ground overhead.
I guess they just didn't want it bad enough.
I don't think it's that.
That's what I would have told him.
Okay, so what was Pepper's time? It was
904, I think.
904.
Yeah, 904 up the top there.
Oh, he might
gonna
be
be
good.
safe.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be safe. Wow.
Turned out to be a
Impressive,
solid time. No kidding.
Okay.
To win an event like
An
that from
event
heat one.
win.
Yeah,
Wow.
good for D-Pep.
That's impressive.
We're
All
up
right,
in the
Hopper
Rocky
on his last
Mountains.
5.
We go Hop. And Adler's pretty
And
close
904, then the next time was 934. Run.
too. Yes, that's a
All
third
right.
place finish for.
There we go. A
Solid
third
finish for
place
Hop.
finish.
Okay.
Wow.
Vellner can't drop too far. Yeah, see some of these guys now really push it.
Oh.
Oh no.
What was that? I wonder what's going on there.
Okay, I got 4 in there.
Nice work, Vellner. Sure did enough just to hold on there.
Yeah, 5th in this heat. And what were there, 3 times in the previous heat that would have beat that one?
I don't have the previous heat.
I think it went 904,
904 was the
934,
top one
938.
by Dallin. See if they come up here. They may not come up yet. No, not up yet.
So, I mean, I think that should be a top 10 finish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
finish.
Matt, you missed this at all?
The competing part?
Yeah.
No. Zero part of me. I have amazing memories that I'll hang on to forever. But I'm just enjoying what I'm doing now too much. I wonder what happened to Smith there.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure we'll find out about that a little bit later. Roman doing exactly what he needed to do, but still so impressed by Dallin Pepper.
Yeah, man. I didn't think
Pep.
anybody from that first heat would be winning.
I mean, it was tight. The same what Krennikov was 908, which is 4 seconds between him and Pepper.
Yeah, so he got second on that, and then Adler, second, third, fourth, fifth. Adler's probably around 6, I think, overall.
Yeah,
on that
probably
workout.
right around there.
So that should make up the 15 point.
Yeah, definitely
Oh,
puts him in
man.
second.
What a grinder.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at him. Yeah, I want to see the slide
Josh
down.
said when they were programming this, it was specifically just to attack the quads. Was one of the things he wanted just to walk away with. You know, hit the
Gotta give it to him.
hit the glutes and the hamstrings so hard with the deads, and I think yesterday he goes, let's get the quads. And specifically, end on a machine.
Yeah, you can always go faster.
You just don't want to. Yeah, Roman looked like he had a good time out there, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he showed up, did exactly what he needed to do.
He even got a slide in the
And
middle
he
of the way.
probably, I mean, I'm sure he knew the previous time in his head, but I'm sure he's like, well, I'm leading this heat, so I'm probably set, you
Yeah.
know? Well done, Roman. He's going to keep the race interesting.
Yeah,
you
we were
go.
back there.
Hopper in a top 3.
Yeah, Hopper 3, Vellner took 9th.
Austin.
Oh, Kiki Dixon caught up with the Heat 2 winner, Roman Krennikov.
Roman, you just picked up quite a lot of points for that leaderboard. We saw you coming down the hill, having a grand old time. Was it as fun as it looked?
Да, было весело. Лаура Хорвард мне сказала, говорит, поднимешься и обратно спускайся, говорит. как с горки. Я говорю, ты шутишь? Она говорит, нет, прям спускайся. Но я решил попробовать.
Yeah, it was thanks to Laura Horvath, it was a lot of fun. She told him right before the event, when you get up there, just go down like a kid, just slide. And he decided to try it. He was like, for real? He's like, yeah. And then he decided to give it a try, so it was fun. Thanks.
It certainly worked out. You just completed your 7th event. What's going to get a little bit more attention in recovery right now?
Покручу немного байк, поем, полежу, отдохну. В принципе, никакого секрета.
No secrets here. Everything is very simple. He's going to bike, he's going to eat, he's going to rest.
Keep it simple. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.
Man, Krennikov doing what he needs to do. We're still going to have a race here.
Yeah, incredible performance. That's kind of what I expect out of Roman on an event like that. Just one of the top times, pushing right through the end.
Let's hear some picks from the Buttery Bros. Is Vellner going to be able to hold on to the whole thing? Or how's it going to shake
I hope so,
out?
man. He's People's champ. I'd love to see Vellner win.
Yeah, I think Vellner's got the experience to be able to hold. Like, he's got a really big lead coming in. I don't know that he's comfortable, but it's big enough that I think he can kind of be dangerous when he needs to be dangerous, but can make smart plays the rest of the way through it.
Yeah,
an interesting battle for me. I haven't looked at where the women are after that last event, but it's been fascinating watching Tia and Horvath kind of go back and forth the whole weekend.
We're going to still have some good races. Vellner just needs to have a clean run, you know, just no mistakes. Keep showing up, doing exactly what he's been doing. That's going to wrap it up for the Tailgate Show just for a moment. Don't go too far. Coming up in a little bit, we will have event number 8. Day 4 CrossFit coming up soon.